Hi lovelies, welcome to Cook with Ijoma. Today I'm going to show you how I prepared this lovely marble cake. The cake is so moist, you're going to love it. So delicious. It's made up of yogurt, whipped cream, and a lot of delicious ingredients. So you're going to love it. So guys, if you're interested, come to my kitchen and let's get started. So we're going to start mixing. I have 3/4 cup of sugar and I'm going to add 80 grams of butter, okay, unsalted butter, room temperature. So after that we are going to start mixing. So I have this white paper, okay, I cut it in the open in the center and I'm going to add my mixer through the paper so that it will not be pouring out when I'm mixing it, okay. So I'm going to mix the butter and the sugar until it gets soft. Then after that we're going to start adding our egg. So you can see how I'm dealing with the butter with the paper, okay. So it helps the butter and the sugar not to be, flying out from the bowl. So now you can see how fluffy it is and it doesn't go out again. So when I notice that the butter is very fluffy, we are going to start adding our egg. So I have 3 eggs. I'll start adding the egg little by little until I added everything and mix everything together. So the next thing we're going to start adding now is I have my condensed milk and I added heavy cream into it. We're going to mix it, and after mixing condensed milk and heavy cream, I'm going to set it aside and bring out the egg, sugar and butter that I mixed already. I'm going to pour it inside. Then after that I have my yogurt. I'm going to add yogurt into it as well, okay, and mix everything. This cake is going to be so moist and sweet. So now we're going to start adding our flour into the mix ingredients, okay. So I have to sieve it so that if there's any dirt in it, I'm going to sieve it out. So after adding 3 cups of flour, now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt, okay, because I want to mix everything very well. So now we start mixing, okay. So try to mix it very well until everything settled well. So after mixing everything, I'm going to add a little dry fruit into it. I have apricot and I have little resin. Then I mix everything together to give it a very sweet taste. So now we're going to create the base of the marble. I have 1 tablespoon of coffee powder and I have cocoa powder, okay. So I'm going to mix the cocoa powder with a little bit of water. Then after mixing it, I'll set it aside and get my plate. So I added some of the mixed batter into the plate because I want to mix it with the cocoa powder and coffee, okay, to get the brown color. Okay, yes, you can call it cocoa powder or brownie. So I use it and mix all together. So after that, I'm going to put it into this piping so that it can be easy for me to create the marble that I wanted. Okay, so here is the baking pan. I added the first layer, which is the one I mixed, the butter itself, the one that I did not mix anything. So after adding the first layer, the second layer I'm going to add will be the one I added brownie and coffee. You can see that yourself. So if you want to do it, it depends on how you want the marble to be. You can first add the brownie at the bottom and add the other one on the top. It depends, but you can see the brownie is on top of the plain one that I mixed. So the next thing I'm adding is the plain one on top of the brownie. So that's how we're going to be doing it until you get to the last step. So here is the last layer. So I used the brownie to make a design, so you can design your own anyhow that you wanted. Okay, it mustn't be the way I did it. You can design anyone that comes over to your head, you can design it that way. Okay, yes, this is my first time of making marble cake, and guys, it came out so nice. I love the taste, was amazing. So after putting everything, you just shake the pan so that the batter will relax. There will be no openings in the cake before baking. So I used a little bit of the dry fruit, which is apricot and resin, and put on top of the marble cake, so it will give it a beautiful look. Okay, so after putting it, it's time to put in the oven. So it's time to preheat the oven. I'm going to put the oven on the preheat and turn on this temperature to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 in Celsius. It depends on the oven that you're using. So I've added the cake into the oven. You can see how the cake is rising. So I left the cake in the oven about 45 minutes, and now the cake is done. You can see that the cake is beautiful. It tastes good. Marble cake is awesome. Try it. You're going to love it. In fact, since I did this cake, every day is making me to do marble cake. And this apricot that I added into it, heavy cream and yogurt, god, it makes it so awesome. So if you don't have heavy cream, you can use yogurt. Yogurt makes it to be so moist, okay, and heavy cream give it those beautiful milky taste. And apricot is awesome. But if you don't have apricot, you can add only resin. You can add any dry fruit that you have. Okay, it mustn't be apricot. So guys, there's something I want to do. I added honey into a water. Okay, I'm going to rub it on top of the cake to help the cake not to dry too much on top. The top of the cake, you can see that if you leave it like that, it's going to dry so much. But adding this honey with water on top of it, just putting it on top of it, okay, like you can see I'm doing it, its help is to keep the moist very well. Even if you're going to add anything on top of the cake, its help is to relax. Okay, normally people use sugar, but I don't want to use sugar, I want to use honey. So you can see here I have condensed milk. I use condensed milk. Some people use sugar, okay, and water, okay, but here I use condensed milk and a little bit of coloring, okay, to mix the condensed milk, so I get this pink beautiful color. Okay, so you can see the cake, it tastes so nice, everything is perfect. In fact, this cake is 100% beautiful. Okay, we are not the professionals that do the cake, okay, decorate, but this one you can use for party, gathering, anything, entertain people in your house, anywhere. The cake tastes so good. Try it, you're going to love it. You're going to give me a good comment on the comment section. Okay, so you can see the marble cake, you can do a lot of design. Okay, yes, that's the marble cake, guys. Thank you so much. So guys, we're going to test this cake. We're going to know how soft and easy and moist the cake is. I have a piece of the cake here. I'm going to get my fork to try it, guys. Just check it out. Did you see how fast the cake just went? No grudges at all. Everything went so well. So I have the taste of the cake and it tastes so good. Yes. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to your girl Ijoma. Okay, yes, subscribe to me. I would love that. Share my video. Okay, if you can, share my video. Thank you for always coming to my channel. For my returning subscribers, thank you. For my new subscribers, you are welcome. Join the family. You're going to love it. Here we have a lot. Thank you and bye.